You got a new one, eh?
Yes, sir. I had two, gave one to my son-in-law. The one I kept was a Scout, 18 inch. Gave him the 16.
See the data, see the staff.
What, 308?
Did you
That's
grab
why
it?
I had trouble reaching it.
I sent it to one person's number, but I can send it to myself. Yes. Thank you.
Call the meeting in order. Karen, would you do a roll call, please?
Vanessa Arthur Westerveld,
Present.
Lucas Stansberry,
Present.
Bill Houston,
Present.
Jeff Leslie.
Here.
We have a quorum, Mr. Mayor.
Would you do the invocation, please, Bill?
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this opportunity to serve this community. Pray that you bless its residents. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could I have a motion for acceptance of the agenda?
Mr. Mayor, Jeff Leslie, fourth ward. I so move.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, Jeff Leslie, fourth ward. I move to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. This time we have public forum. First up, we have Ron Gates.
Members of the council, in a recent post on social media, there were several negative comments made about our, quote, stupid city, and another term I won't mention here. The post went on to say that the city council was anti-business and that Girard is dying. I don't believe that that is accurate. The Chamber of Commerce is funded in part by the city council. Its board consists of volunteers who work to improve the business climate in our town. I am a member of the E-Community Committee of the Chamber of Commerce. Our committee was formed in 2015 as a way of offering funding and support for startup businesses or local businesses that wish to expand. The Chamber took on this job because our city and many other small communities don't have the funds to actively recruit outside businesses to town, and that many companies want large tax utility breaks to come, and then when those breaks expire, they move on. E-Community was a way to encourage local business development. Since 2015, we've loaned more than $300,000 to 12 businesses. The money comes from a state organization, Network Kansas, that sells $2 million in Kansas state tax credits and distributes that money throughout these E-Community committees located across Kansas. Girard is the only E-Community committee that's located in Crawford County. We are permitted to loan up to $45,000 per business or 60% of their requested need. A bank has to loan the remaining 40%. We've loaned as little as $3,000 and have done three $45,000 loans. As an example, Eastside Cafe was one of our loans, and Andrew has already paid it off. In addition, we have sponsored several youth entrepreneurial competitions at Girard High School. Local businesses have sponsored the competition with cash awards totaling more than $2,000 each year. This year, that's been increased to $3,500 and is coming from a grant from Network Kansas. Winners can move on to state competitions and could win more money. GHS also hired Beth Wilson to teach several business classes, and she works with students to prepare business plans and graphic displays for the competition. The social media post I'm referring to also stated that the council had 2 gyms that they said no to regarding coming to Girard. I don't believe that to be true. I have firsthand knowledge that 2 gyms were considering starting up in Girard in late 2019 and early 2020. Both were working with a local bank and had approached our committee about the possibility of a loan. They decided not to go forward on their own. One was concerned that there wasn't going to be enough clients willing to pay a monthly fee to participate, and also COVID-19 wouldn't have permitted them to open at the time. The same post lamented that they had to go to Pittsburgh to get a sit-down dinner because there aren't any restaurants open on Sunday night in Girard. The Triple S closed because there wasn't enough customers to keep it going. Celebrities, which preceded Triple S, wasn't open on Sundays either. The same is true now for Medina's. Several years ago, the city was approached by an out-of-town developer who was looking for land to build low-income rental properties. The result of those homes along the west side of Senate Street. Another private developer put up a group of very nice homes on Willow Street. He's also built several other homes in Girard and currently has 2 more in the works. The city has also worked with 2 local businesses, Thomas Manufacturing and Etco, to help them expand their businesses and keep them in Girard. Whether anyone agrees with those actions, the deals are done. It's easier to keep a business in the community than it is to recruit a new one to replace it. In addition, former Councilman Sheldon DeLange spearheaded a drive to get a 10-year tax abatement program started. That's good for both commercial and residential construction. There's also a facade grant that's available for businesses on the square to paint or repair the fronts of their businesses. The city will match up to $1,500 with the business owner. I believe the city has been proactive in working with our local businesses, and the Girard is not dying. Lastly, I'd like to commend our city employees who are often called out on cold, windy nights to repair down power lines, to dig up broken water mains, and to handle other emergencies. Yeah, it's their job, but I believe they do it to the best of their ability to get it fixed as quickly as possible. I'd like to mention Clifford Scales in particular. As a department manager, he's salaried, and he spent part of his Thanksgiving trying to fix the intermittent power dip that seemed to make a few people unhappy. It's easier to be critical than to praise, and I believe we all could do better, but I don't consider the city to be anti-business. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Gates.
Next up, we have Brad Albert.
So I'm not nearly as well prepared as what Ron is, so I shouldn't have followed him up. Maybe I should have gone first. But I kind of want to echo what Ron said. You know, there's a lot of negative things about the city being said, about the chamber. I've worked closely with the chamber, been on the chamber board multiple times, still sit on several committees, e-community, different things. And I don't think people realize sometimes why it might not benefit them individually, that things are going on that are helping other people, and which is a shame because it's there are a lot of things and a lot of time and a lot of volunteerism, I guess, that goes into helping other businesses, doing the community things, doing things like that. And I just think that, like Ron said, everybody complains, very little praise. I think the city council, with where it's been over the last several years, has been as pro-business as what I've seen it in Girard. I think it's much more proactive in trying to do things. Always isn't always easy to do things. The neighborhood revitalization has been great. I think that's a great program. The banks use that. And we did the expansion down there and remodeled the National Building. There's a lot of positive things in this town. We realize there's a lot of things that still need improved and a lot of things that we'd like to see better. But I do think that I want to commend you guys for taking your time to do what you've done. the city, Johanna too, Karen. I mean, all the way around, the city employees, like Ron said, everybody puts a lot of effort into that, and it's really easy to be critical, and I can probably have said many things I should take back as well, because I can be critical of people at times as well, but everybody there is doing the best of their ability, and I think that everybody is doing what they think is right for this community, and I want to just commend you, and also want to stand up for some of the things that, like I said, heard about Jessica Ripper as chamber director. I think Jessica does a great job. I think she's very active in the community. She's doing a lot of positive things, has helped a lot of businesses, and I think has been a true advocate for businesses in this community. I think former director Julie did a good job, and I think Jessica just kind of took on to that and expanded that role. And I've had many of people tell me how what a good job Jessica's done, been in their business when other people hadn't been in the past with former directors, and I do think she tries to reach out and do what's right. So that's all I had to say. I just wanted to give a little praise back out as well. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your prayers.
Okay, no further public forum. We'll move on to regular business. Item A, executive session for non-elected personnel to discuss employee evaluations, promotions, and 2022 merit raises.
Mr. Mayor, Jeff Leslie, 4-4. I move we go into executive session as you explained for non-elected personnel to discuss employee evaluations, promotions for 2022 merit raises. Recommend 10-minute sessions include the mayor, council, city administrator, and city attorney.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Ready to go, Joe?
in 2013. Well, what day was it? I
It would
remember
have been
that.
after 2000, because I was
She
a high
did.
here in
Wow.
2000.
So, and then just send to everybody and, have them vote. It just helped her out.
Last time.
Yeah, thank you.
How old is she?
My daughter, she's, 26. Yeah,
Very nicely done.
yeah. It's in Lawrence on display. She does it to help big brothers and big sisters.
Very talented.
She is very talented. She has a Facebook page, Tasty Cake Company,
Oh, yeah.
TAYSTY. She does a lot of weddings and
I
she's a
remember
busy
before
girl.
you were brand new to the city, that you cared about what happened.
Yeah, we moved back here in 2013. Well, I got most
Part of
of the time, not
Thanksgiving.
really, because I got 24 and I spent a lot of money with them.
They're not cheap, are they?
Yeah. Yeah, he's been messaging me too. I see you. Oh, sorry. That was my phone.
Okay.
That's awful, what I wanted to talk to you about before.
Call the meeting back to order.
Mr. Mayor, Jeff Leslie, Fourth Ward. I would like to move to approve the information presented to us, to approve the raise recommendations based upon the information presented to us, merit increases for 2022.
I will second that with the addition of we're going to wait on the fire chief until next meeting.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Moving on to item B. Sherry Blair is asking for approval for waiving special assessments on property located at Cherokee and Willow in the amount of $800.
There'll actually be more than 800 because there's more for 2021, and the letter is on your guys' iPads. Did you guys see it?
Yes.
Usually, or since I've been here, we have not waived specials for private. We will through the land bank, and we have if it's like going through the county. We get lots of requests to do that. That's the second one is how you're talking about. I don't know if we want to set a precedent for that. If Sherry wanted to, and I don't know if she would, is Sherry here?
No.
It could go, if she wanted to, she could apply for it to be conveyed to the land bank. Once it's in the land bank though, there's no guarantee she would get it back. But she could convey it to the land bank, council could vote to wipe specials, and then we could take development agreements, and as you guys know, I mean, the land bank will decide who has the best agreement and what's in the best interest for the community. But, I mean, they would have to agree to build a house on it or do something on it that the land bank wanted them to do.
Or it would be conveyed back, like with all of the properties coming through the land.
Yeah.
Terrific.
And just so I'm clear, I read what she requested, and it appears that she bought the property, but didn't really do the research and found out
We're
later.
thinking, and Steve tried to call, but we couldn't get a hold of anybody. It was kind of later in the afternoon. But usually, when someone buys something and they do a title search, they'll call Karen because the specials get sent to the county once a year. So the abstract company will call and be like, are you gonna have any specials against this property this year? And then Karen will just yes or no, and then they'll know before they buy it. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if they didn't get a title search.
I don't know.
We tried to find out, but we couldn't get a hold of abstract with the meeting.
But they got a title search, and they weren't sent to the county yet, we would have told the county.
Yes.
Right.
They would have called Karen and asked if there was any assessments that were gonna be applied to the property for the prior years, and Karen would have said yes. For 2020, it was 800, and 2021, 700. So it's actually, she asked to waive the 800, but there's gonna be more. Right, Karen?
2020 should have already been over there.
2021, but there's more than 800, right? I mean, there will be more.
And I'm kind of confused, sorry. I'm kind of confused if the 800 was already at the county. And usually the county dispenses that. Once they sell it, we may or may not get some of that money. It's all up to the county.
Yeah, but I don't think she bought it in tax, did she?
I'm
She
sorry.
didn't buy it at a tax sale, did she?
I thought she did.
She could have potentially got it at the last tax sale, because it takes a while to get, right?
She doesn't say in her letter how she
Yeah.
bought it.
I don't know.
But they have, I think the county does the due diligence on those.
Usually,
The county,
so I'm
the
assuming-
county's the one that sold the property. We didn't sell the property. So
Okay,
it's a
but what
county
they did,
tax sale.
We don't even know if she.
We don't
wanted to do the
report,
tax sale, though.
we don't report the specials until August of the next year, right? And she bought it in April.
So
But
they
we did
after
do
that.
mowing after that she purchased it also, so.
Right.
So we
There'd
could
still
do,
be
if I
specials
could,
against it.
ask Terry to get in contact with her tomorrow and ask her if she would like to convey it to the land bank. And then if she would, we can bring it back and see if you guys wanna watch the special and try to, you know.
But then it would be a land bank property
Then it would be a
inconsistent
land
with the
bank
process
property.
we've
Yeah.
used in the
So
past.
she could-
That's
she
the
could-
key thing.
She could apply
Sure.
to get the, property back, but so could anybody else.
There's two properties at that corner.
Is there houses that we're mowing,
No,
or is
just
it
a
the
vacant
open
lot.
lot?
Vacant
Yeah.
lot.
The lot.
But the total due on those is going to be well in excess of 1,800, in fact, close to double that, 1,500. It would need to be wiped in the long run.
And I honestly feel like if you do it for one, you know you're gonna get a request every time.
And then those individuals in the past who have had their request denied too.
Well, we had one, she didn't ask to be on council, but what was that, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, we had one call. And there was like, they had a significant amount of specials on it, I think it was 5 figures. But I told them we don't do that. The
Since I've been here, I believe the only ones we have waived have been for the county.
For the county,
That's correct.
yeah, or through the land
Land
bank.
bank.
Yes, land bank, but for us.
And when it goes through the land bank, the difference is they have to sign a development agreement stating that they will do what they say they're gonna do to the property, like build a new house, it'll be an owner occupied unit or whatever.
Understood.
Yes.
I just, on this, with her not owning it until April, who owned it before that?
We don't know.
Someone
I
has to
don't
go
know.
pay
Somebody,
for it.
somebody didn't pay taxes for a
Right.
number of years, and so then the county had a tax sale, so we don't know who that is.
So those bills were sent to a previous owner and they didn't pay it.
Right.
And so
But I'm still thinking that 800 should still be sent to that previous owner. Is that?
There's no way to
The
collect.
reason, the
And
reason,
I know they don't have it, but
so the
it
lien,
shouldn't really necessarily be her problem.
so when we mow, though, it becomes a lien automatically on the real estate. By law, by operation of law.
So this one, I think, too, and that's typically what happens is, it goes in tax, well, you put paying taxes, we usually put paying maintenance everything. And then the individual will walk away, and we mow it, put specials on, and the next person, the town has a tax sale, they ask us if we want to remove them, we usually say no, because we take our time, resources to mow it.
Right, but if that wasn't announced to her, if she didn't know this was on there, that's,
So if a person came and purchase that property, not at the county, they go through, like, it's called first title or. I don't
Right,
know.
and they research that. But
And they will get a hold of the city and say, hey, do you have any specials against that property? And we give them that amount. So that is included in the purchase of the property. So we always get paid for that.
Right, but if we didn't do that on this situation,
They didn't.
We don't have to do anything. It's on them.
it's
not
all on the buyer.
It's all on the buyer.
Buyer beware.
So she could, as if from something to move off, especially just.
Otherwise, we'd have to try to figure out, are there any other properties in the city of Girard being sold that we have specials on? And we have no way of knowing. So it's on the buyer.
You guys want me to see if Karen? Wants to get it.
That's fine if you know, I mean, that to me, that's administrative. If we don't take action on this, then I would think administrative, what you wish to do, is that not correct?
Okay.
Moving on to item C, approve cereal malt beverage license for Casey's.
Chris, have fun with all.
Yes, these are all just return businesses. The only difference is Medina's is on premise, whereas all the others are off premise. And Chris has no problem with any of them.
Need to do motions individually.
Yeah, you gotta move for all of them. Yeah.
Do we need to indicate the difference between package or on premise, or just as 22 CMB?
Well,
In the past, it's always been on or off.
Mr. Mayor, Jeff Leslie, Fourth Ward, I move we approve the 2022 cereal malt beverage application for Casey's, and that is a off-property package sale, off-property sale.
second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item D, approve cereal malt, 2022 cereal malt beverage license for G&W Grocers.
Mr. Mayor, Jeff Leslie, Fourth Ward, I move we approve the 2022 CMB application for G&W for package sales as well.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item E, approve 2022 cereal malt beverage license for Pete's.
Mr. Mayor, I move we approve the 2022 cereal malt beverage application for Pete's for package sale.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item F, approve 2022 cereal malt beverage license for Medina's.
Mr. Mayor, I move we approve the 2022 CMB for Medina's for on-premises consumption of alcohol sales.
seconded.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item G, approve resolution designating Hometown Girard as official city newspaper.
When we passed the charter ordinance, it now reads that we exempted ourselves from the state legislation and we can determine how we are gonna publicize our official publications by resolution. So that 60 days has passed, that charter ordinance is now in effect, and now by resolution, we can decide if we want Hometown Girard to be our official newspaper. Can you get the resolution number? Yep. And Karen went through the resolution number.
And they are now.
Weekly,
It
yes.
has to be a weekly.
And then part of the reason we did that is because prior, they were not a weekly
Correct.
paper, and therefore not eligible to be
That's
used
correct.
as an official newspaper.
That's right.
But yeah, they're weekly now, and we can start, if you guys pass the resolution, you can start tomorrow using Hometown Girard as the official newspaper. And
Now Karen
Steve
has a
has
number.
something he's published.
2021, 25.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve resolution 2021-25. designating the hometown of Girard as the official city newspaper.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item H, approve paying JKS 1/3 down and a price of overhead doors for electric building.
Steve Bright, right? JKS said that right now the overhead doors are cheaper. Do you want to talk? You know better than I do.
Yeah, they're just wanting so they can get the overhead doors ordered, because it's gonna take quite a while to get it here. And they are wanting the payment just for the garage doors, so they can go ahead and order them.
And a third of the contract too, right?
That's just the doors and a third of the down payment on the contract, so they can get the building ordered. Start building it. They were saying 34 to 36 weeks out. If we go ahead and do everything you said they might, we're talking 28 years.
And all that material will be drop shipped and offloaded here, and there's zero risk in the compliance standard business practice.
Everything going JKS.
What was, you said something about what's the possible savings on those doors? He orders them now.
If you orders them now, I don't know what the savings is gonna be. But it could possibly go down. You gotta go labor and rental bill and everything, the whole thing. But they got a price for everything for the garage people coming to the door. And I think JKS can install them and everything.
Yeah, that's the cast steel one, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's for the doors.
Yep.
All this slide looks like to get the doors to work. Like you said, the lift rentals.
Yeah.
And the other third clip, is that for starting the dirt work? Basically, the third is,
The dirt work?
no, I mean, is that the third is so you get started, or is it secure the city's line and put on the schedule basically?
Yes.
And another very important piece, we also scanned in the colors that we can choose for the building.
Reference list?
I don't really care.
Paper, then.
Let's just do all the colors.
Or
We could vote on it at the Christmas party. We got blue is the city color, blue or gold, but there is no gold.
I think blue and gray is the greatest.
Karen said blue and then the galvanized for the galvanized has way less of a warranty though. Do you see that? Or if it lasts way one time. Yeah, we don't want to do that then. We probably want to pick one of the 40 years. Blue and gray.
Oak Town Gray.
What is it, what colors would it be that's comparable to what's in the area right now?
I think Parkland is tan and brown, I think, I'm not sure. And I don't know what the sheriff's office is.
School is tan, the sheriff's office is tan. I'm pretty sure they're all pink.
Are we limited in colors?
Yeah, they're the ones that, it should be on there.
I'm right down.
How did you do blue?
There's no crimson and gold there, or?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
The one that reflects silver, that's mechanical.
That would be your galvanizing.
Galvanizing.
Yeah.
We could do blue for city and then tell,
Wait.
let's take a rose color, we don't care about red and all.
You actually could do crimson and gold, or pretty close to it, couldn't you?
No, we don't have any gold.
You got one in there that's,
Tan.
yeah,
I think you should still with the city colors. Just, let's say blue. You can differentiate it. You can go where the blue building in the industrial park would be easy to spot. Rather than another tan building.
What do you got in mind, Clifford?
It doesn't really matter to me.
He wants it to match his eyes.
It's like I want.
I'm sure they would send you samples if you go down and get a few specs.
Jump against it.
Does he need the color right now?
No, no.
Okay,
We can bring it up, we can print some off and take it to the Christmas party and see if it's.
yeah. We can decide between now and
Looks like
probably next
Get it
meeting.
gold.
Alright, well, we do need to pay JKS though.
We got,
Yeah,
I
it's,
think it's right on there.
it's on the PO,
that's the PO, but not the sheet. But there's two sheets, that's all.
there should be two, there's a PO for the doors. I signed two, didn't I?
No, we haven't signed it.
Third down.
Oh, what, you made two though, right?
Yes, I got you.
If the one's a door,
100.
oh yeah, and the other one's, it's called third down, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So there's two, so there's a PO for 40,000 and a PO for 39,400.
Okay. I see that.
And there will probably be cells, is that include cell set?
I think the doors do.
Then what's this one? That says third down.
That's the third down for the
81.
contract.
I wrote that in there.
Yeah,
So that one we need to pay to 81?
No, the
That's
40.
what he left out of the building. And the 40 that I have right here, I thought that's what we'd have to put down.
40 will be 1/3 and then the 80 is 2/3. That will pay after they finish.
Is this just for the metal over there?
That's the only material we use. I mean, it's
That's all
a
for
third
that.
of all of it.
Altogether, you're looking at 79.4.
Yeah, I just checked, it looks like between the quote back in May, what about 4,000 difference in that quote. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's not- it's a little bit more, but
And you said, did you say that includes the tax on doors?
On the overhead doors, yes.
I scanned it in upside down, so I'm not reading it very well.
Oh, yeah.
I can't get it to turn either.
We think that's what the tax, if it has tax, it'll be a little bit more than that, or if it has.
They have tax on there. They usually like to have.
Oh, I do, I see tax. 459?
59.23 is what I'm saying.
I think it includes the tax, I don't know.
Mr. Mayor, I approve that, actually, I move that we approve PO number 71889, which is a $40,000 down payment to JKS Construction. For the start of the new electric building.
I second the motion.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve PO number 71890 for the overhead doors for the new electric building. That cost us $39,400.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Of course, after this step, they'll probably be later in early next year when we start the next part.
Yeah, as soon as they can get there, he start moving over.
And up to that location, Steve, is that, I know we talked about before, when we're going, there's already access and there's nothing that has to be done before.
My sewer water.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's right there at the corner. It's an easy pull,
So no concerns there.
no concerns whatsoever.
Okay, moving on to item I. Approved judge's report for October 2021.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion, we approve judge's report for October 2021.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. At this time, with no further regular business, we'll go on to governing body comments. Vanessa.
I'm just happy that we get to see some more faces and some new people coming in to make comments and to hear what they have to say, and hear what our community has to say. I appreciate you and keep coming back, keep telling us what we need to hear. Okay? Thank you.
Lucas.
I have no comments, Mr. Mayor.
Bill.
I'd like to thank Ron and Brad's left already, but I can tell you that once in a while it's kind of nice to hear something positive, you know. Like I say, it's easy to spread negativity. We don't do everything right as a council, but we seek. You know, I've been in town for almost 48 years, so I assure you that we don't do anything as a council, I don't believe, to hurt this town or to run this town down. And it's, once again, I want to thank Ron and Brad for coming in, because like I say, it's nice to hear something positive. That's all I've got.
Jeff.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to echo Bill's comments. Appreciate Mr. Gates and appreciate Brad showing up. Johanna, is it appropriate to quote a paragraph from the letter that you copied me? I also would like to read just one paragraph into the record that we received regarding chamber operations as well. This is from Jenny Collins, owner of Jenny Collins Agency, American Family Insurance. And I quote, "Please just accept this email as a chamber member who feels they are getting more than her money's worth with help from the chamber. I'm very thankful for Jessica and the board who volunteers their time to help our community. They have helped me with grants, with training resources, networking partners, and I was in a dire pinch, and she, being Jessica, used a day off to help me in the shop for an event, to be ready for an event. The board is great to bounce ideas off of, and I've been able to network there too. I feel like everyone on the board only wants to see the best for Girard, and I hope from here on out we can show them support for their time committed to support economic success." So I'd like to thank Mrs. Collins, Jenny Collins, for her input there, and in addition to the two gentlemen who appeared tonight. Additionally, then, just a kind of a procedural question. We had the presentation from KMEA. Do we need to have any kind of a work session before? Our last meeting is the 20th, right? Before the end of the year. And I know they had wanted some feedback as far as our willingness to participate. Is that something that you, Clifford, and or you,
We
Johanna?
discussed it at our staff meeting today, and we're looking to pull some extra information.
Okay, and then just
The-
come back
yeah.
for, okay. I just wanted to.
We'll bring it, and if it's a lot of information, we can do another work session.
Okay. You and I had spoken briefly, and I just didn't know where that was going, so I appreciate that. Other than that, Mr. Mayor, I have nothing, and thank you very much.
Okay, at this time, I have nothing.
Mr. Mayor, I make the motion that we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We're adjourned.
So that's Friday.
Thursday.
Christmas.
Oh, Tuesday, I have Christmas choir.
Has this been-
Thursday is parade. Friday, day after.
I didn't know, but it was, and I agree.